You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's JPA here. Now, as promised, I was going to do a review. I'm going to do that review now, which is also what we're going to discuss is each game, tell you how we got on, look at kind of how the points built up over the season. I'm going to do this in two parts. I'll do the first 19 games and then I'll do the other 19 in another video, because if I did it all in one, it would probably be like a 30-minute video or something like that, which is obviously not what I want to do. So I'll just get straight into this. Just before I start this video, I'm just going to say right now, I'm not going to do cup games like the League Cup or the Scottish Cup or anything, and I'm not going to touch the European side, and there's a big reason for not touching the European side, which I'll go over just now. As I genuinely believe that in the first few months of Gerrard's reign at the club, a lot of people were saying how well he's doing this, he's doing that, but I think a lot of the European run actually kind of papered off of the cracks a little bit, because I actually didn't think we got off to a great start in the league, and because we were doing so well in Europe, people were just putting it to the side and going, oh, look how well he's doing and stuff like that. I'm not going to diss Gerrard. He's obviously, it was his first big job, and he's obviously going to make mistakes at the start, and obviously you've seen that at the latter part of the season. He started to get that winning run together, and we started to kind of really show what we can do. There was good results in there as well, but I'll just get straight into the video. Obviously, we started off with a 1-1 draw against Aberdeen. Really poor performance. Well, sorry, really poor result. Actually, the performance was really good. Went ahead with a Tavernier penalty. Morelos lost his head a little bit, kicked McKenna and got sent off. That was the first of his 5 red cards this season, and it was disappointing to lose him. We went with 9 men for much of the game, and I think it was like the 92nd or 93rd minute, the ball broke to Anderson and Aberdeen managed to equalise, which meant we only got a point in our opening game, which was disappointing. Moving on to the next game, it was our first home game of the season. We played St Mirren and we managed to win 2-0. Morelos and Goldson scored, but again we went into 10 men. This time it wasn't even debatable. McCrory was caught wrong side, clipped the boy's heels when he was clear to and goal. So it was the last man. It was a definite sending off, and again we had to kind of rally around with 9 men, and we managed to cling on for the victory. The next game was another difficult away game, Motherwell away, and this one we tried a new formation. We tried the 3-5-2, didn't quite work. Goldson made a mistake, which is kind of rare for him, but Motherwell ended up scoring 3 goals. We got 3 ourselves, finished 3-3, and again they scored very late on. I think it was like the 93rd or 2nd minute or something like that as well. Really disappointing. And that concludes August, which is where the problem kind of starts, where I've shown you we only won 5 points from our opening 3 games, which could have been 9 points. So that's in the first 3 games, 4 points dropped. Really wasn't good. And the worrying thing for that was we were playing Celtic the next again game, which is September, sorry, that I'll go on tonight. So September came and we had to go to Parkhead, which is a difficult venue, we know that. We did well in the match. First half we were really poor and probably could have been like 3-4 down if it wasn't for likes of McGregor. But second half we started to play well. It was a controversial decision that led to the goal. I felt that Ryan Jack was fouled in the build up to the goal. Free kick wasn't a given. Celtic went down the other side and scored on the counter attack with Cham to lose the first Old Firm game of the season. Very difficult to take. The next game we bounced back, played Dundee Ibrox, beat them 4-0. Goals for Koulibaly, Ryan Kent, a Tav penalty, and a goal for Middleton to round it off. And the next game was again at Ibrox, and it was probably one of our better performances of the season, particularly at Ibrox. So we beat St Johnstone 5-1. Goals coming from Tavernier, Morelos, Arfield, Lafferty and Candeas. 5 different goal scorers, which was really pleasing to get the 3 points. And we rounded off that month with another disappointing result, unfortunately. We went to Livingston, the Macaroni Stadium, or whatever you call it now. And we got beat 1-0 for Livingston. It was a really tough game that afternoon, but we just didn't show up on the day and we ended up losing that game. So in September, we won 4 points from a possible 12, which gave us 9 points from a possible 21 overall in the season. 7 games in, and we're only on 9 points. This was a real struggle for us at this point, but as I said, the European results kind of papered over it a little bit, and it didn't look as bad. Moving into October, and this was supposed to be a really tough test for us. Hearts were coming into this on top of the league. They were unbeaten at the time, came to Ibrox, and we just outplayed them really. Kent, Morelos and Arfield scored. Hearts ended up getting a player sent off and we won 3-1 that day. Really good result for us, and we kind of put a marker down that Hearts weren't going to be this big team who were going to go on and win the league. As you've seen further down the line, they ended up finishing 6th or something. Next game was a tough away game at Hamilton. In this game we really struggled in despite the scoreline. We won 4-1, but we scored an early goal through Kent. Really good finish. Stephen Boyd came on from the bench and scored a real good goal with about 9 minutes left, and you're actually just thinking, no again, no again. But we managed to get 2 penalties. They were penalties, by the way. I know you probably, if you're a Celtic fan, you'll be like, nah, no, not a penalty. But we got 2 penalties. Tav put them away, and Morelos scored as well to give us the 3 points. We then went on to play Kilmarnock, and this was the first time we'd actually dropped points at Ibrox. Morelos scored, and Stewart scored for them. Incidentally, Greg Stewart became the second player of the season to score against us, and then ultimately signed for us, first being Borna Barisic for Osijek. And that completed October. We finished with 7 points out of 9, a possible 9. For the season, we were on 16 points out of a possible 30. So you can see right away where the difference is. We've dropped half the points already, 10 games in, and we've dropped 14 points. Really a disappointing start, which is kind of what I'm talking about. It got better as the season went on. November was actually a really good month for us. We started with a 2-0 away win at St Mirren. Again, it was a game we were kind of struggling in. We scored maybe 10 minutes for the time. Candeas with a cross-hit shot, cross-come shot sort of thing that managed to go into the back of the net. He had been booked, I think, in the celebration of that, and then Morelos scored, and then Candeas somehow got a second booking for doing this to the one of the players. And incidentally, it was Willie Collum, the same ref who had made the mistake in the Old Firm game to cause that goal. Second game of this month, and this is probably our best performance during the 90 minutes, if you take away the Old Firm games. Rangers 7, Motherwell 1. We were just completely dominant. Scott Main scored for them, but we got 2 for Arfield, a penalty for Tav. Morelos got in the act, Middleton, and a rare appearance for Grezda. Managed to get 2 goals to win 7-1 and get us the 3 points. Rangers v Livingston, we won 3-0. Candeas, Morelos and Arfield. We got our revenge on Livingston in the end, and we managed to finish with 9 points out of a possible 9 for that month, which gave us 25 points out of a possible 39 after 15 games. I'll go on to the start of December. I'm not going to do all the games because we played about maybe 6 or 7 games in that month. I'll go for the first 4 to make it an even 19 games. First was a difficult away game to Hearts. We managed to win that game. Macaulay got an own goal to give them the lead, and Goldson and Morelos scored. Arfield got sent off for scoring the goalkeeper. I don't know if you remember it. He tried to get the ball and collided with the keeper. Got sent off for it. It was a red card, if I'm honest. They went back to Ibrox to play at Aberdeen. Again, it's a disappointing result. Morelos got sent off yet again against Aberdeen. McKenna scored for them. Cosgrove ended up getting sent off, but we just couldn't do enough to beat Aberdeen. Dropped points, really disappointing. And then I think it was like midweek, played Dundee. Oh, sorry, I'm getting that wrong. The Rangers game was midweek against Aberdeen. We came to Dundee on, I think it was the Saturday or the Sunday, and disappointing again. Miller scored for them. Halliday got a free kick and scored it. They got a player sent off. Finished 1-1. Really disappointing result. And the next game which is going to round off the video. Rangers 1, Hamilton 0. Candace got the only goal of the game, which gave us, out of those 4 games, 7 points out of the possible 12. For the season, it was 32 out of a possible 51. So we've lost a hell of a lot of points in those first 19 games. So that concludes my first part of this review of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stayed right to the end. I know it's a long video, but the season is a long season, so that's kind of why it is that long. I hope you kind of see what I mean about the dropping so many points early on. It wasn't really the best start, and to be honest, if that was any other manager, I mean, I don't think it was actually any better than what Mark Warburton and Kashinya done in their first few months of the season. Obviously, it did get better, and I still believe that Gerrard's the one to take us forward. And he did get a much better second half of the season going. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next part of this video. Cheers.